there, everyone. Welcome to Normalized Channeling. Today, I'd like to take you on an intriguing dive into the world of needs versus wants. But today, we're not just talking about any needs, but those crucial lifelines that keep us kicking and breathing. In this exciting journey, we're going to explore these essentials in a unique order. What order, you ask? Well, this order is based on how quickly ignoring them could kill you. So, if you're curious about which need tops the chart for keeping us alive and which one follows, you're in for a riveting ride. From the air we breathe to the love that fuels our hearts, I want you to discover how each of these fundamental needs is non-negotiable for survival. Stay tuned as we unravel the science behind it all and learn just how vital these needs are for our well-being. So grab your popcorn and prepare for an enlightening adventure that could change the way you view everyday life. Because I promise you, a couple of these needs you're going to be surprised at. So let's begin by defining the difference between a need and a want. You see, us humans often mistake wants for needs due to a lack of understanding of our fundamental necessities. This confusion can lead us to prioritize desires that provide temporary satisfaction rather than addressing our core requirements for well-being. For example, someone might seek out material possessions or indulge in unhealthy habits thinking they will gain happiness and fulfillment. However, these pursuits often, if not always, lead to fleeting pleasure and leave underlying needs, such as emotional connection, self-expression, or even mental health, unmet. As a result, individuals may feel unfulfilled and continue to chase other wants in a cycle that never truly satisfies their deeper human needs. Sound familiar? Do you know anyone like that? Have you ever gone shopping and found an item you truly wanted and believed you needed only to bring it home, and then a week or month later, that item is stuffed in a drawer and forgotten about, and you've moved on to needing and buying more things to help you feel happy in your life? Ever notice that those things you think you need do not produce lasting happiness, but is simply a fleeting moment of pleasure followed by a desire for more? So here's the big difference, and it's not really that complicated if you knew what your true needs are. By the end of this video, I promise you, you will know exactly what you need to live your most fulfilled life. So as noted on the previous slides, needs are fundamental for human survival, as they're essential for sustaining life. In contrast, wants are desires that are not necessary for survival and will not result in death if they are not fulfilled. How do you know something is a need? Simple. Without it, you will die, either quickly within minutes or slowly within years. Because some unmet needs take years to kill us, we are misled in thinking they are not needs, and therefore hold a perspective that a want is more important. So the very first human need to define is oxygen, which is pretty easy. Most of us know that. Why do we know that? Because as soon as we can't breathe for a minute or two, we're in pain, we're a little scared, and we're suffering. So we know we need oxygen. Without oxygen, the human body will start to shut down critical systems within minutes. Lack of oxygen for approximately 3 to 5 minutes can lead to irreversible brain damage and other organ failure. So, oxygen is number 1 on the list, and that's a pretty easy one to define. Number 2 on the list is also pretty easy, and we all pretty much know this. It is water. Water is involved in numerous cellular functions, including nutrient transport, waste removal, and maintaining cell structure. Every cell in the body requires water to function properly. The human body can survive longer without water compared to oxygen, but typically not more than 3 days. This time frame can vary based on conditions such as temperature, humidity, and the individual's health status. Our bodies are 60% water. We need our water. So drink, drink, drink. So I bet a lot of you are sitting there thinking this slide was going to be food. Guess what? Nope. You need sleep more than you need food. Bet you're surprised, eh? I was. See, sleep is crucial for proper brain function, including cognitive processes like attention, learning, memory, and problem solving. During sleep, the brain processes and consolidates information from your day. Sleep helps to repair and rejuvenate tissues, muscles, and various systems within the body. This includes the immune system, which relies on sleep to stay healthy and fight off infections. Sleep impacts the production and regulation of hormones, including those that control appetite, stress, growth, and metabolism. For example, lack of sleep can lead to increased levels of the stress hormone cortisol. While the exact time varies, prolonged sleep deprivation can have severe consequences. Extended periods without sleep can lead to cognitive and motor function impairments, hallucinations, and in extreme cases, death. Studies in animals have shown that complete sleep deprivation can be fatal within weeks. In humans, they've clocked it at 11 days. No sleep for 11 days, and you're going to croak it. So you need sleep before food. Nighty night. And here you go. We've made it to food, everybody's favorite. Food is the primary source of energy for the human body. Nutrients in food are metabolized to produce glucose, which cells use to create ATP. This is the energy currency required for all bodily functions. Humans can survive for a variable amount of time without food. Generally, survival time without food can range from a few weeks up to a couple months, depending on the individual's health, hydration levels, and environmental conditions. However, it is important to note there are some human beings on this planet who have figured out how to live without food. I know it sounds crazy. They call themselves breatharians. I personally don't want to be one, but I've seen it. They don't eat, they just breathe, and they figured out how to get nutrients from the sun without consuming food. Look it up. It's true. You don't really need food. But I've included it here just because most humans think they do. Now let's take a look at that fifth human need, shelter. Shelter provides essential protection from environmental elements such as extreme temperatures, rain, wind, and sun, which can cause hypothermia, heat stroke, and other weather-related health conditions. Proper shelter safeguards against hazards, including predators, environmental dangers, and social threats, thereby enhancing personal security and reducing stress and risk of injury. Adequate shelter helps maintain hygiene and sanitation. This prevents diseases related to poor living conditions, such as respiratory infections, parasitic infections, and other waterborne diseases. Shelter contributes to mental and emotional well-being by providing a sense of stability, privacy, and comfort. Inconsistent or inadequate shelter can lead to psychological stress, anxiety, and depression. The necessity of shelter is more context dependent, however. In certain harsh conditions, like extreme cold or heat, lack of shelter can be life-threatening within hours to days. In more temperate climates, the effects may be less immediate, but still have significant long-term adverse impacts on health and well-being. The important thing to note about shelter is that it does not have to constitute a house or an apartment like we think of here in America, but can also include huts, teepees, igloos, or any dwelling that your culture allows that helps a being feel protected from the elements, safe from harm, and secure from predators. This includes both animals and humans. And if you've ever worked with the chronically homeless population, you'll know exactly what I mean here. The sixth human need is connection. Social connections and love have a significant impact on physical health. Studies have shown that individuals with strong social bonds have lower blood pressure, reduced inflammation, and a stronger immune response. These factors collectively contribute to a lower risk of chronic diseases, such as heart disease and diabetes. Social isolation and loneliness have been associated with an increased risk of mortality. Research indicates that loneliness can be as detrimental to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Can you believe that? Conversely, strong social ties can increase your life expectancy. People who have a strong social network are more resilient in the face of health challenges. They tend to recover faster from illnesses, surgeries, and stress. You see, emotional support from your loved ones enhances your coping mechanisms and promotes faster healing. In early stages of life, love and affection are crucial for healthy development. Children who lack loving relationships and social interaction can experience developmental delays, emotional disturbances, and long-term psychological issues. The effects of lack of connection and love on survival time are much more complex and prolonged compared to the basic physiological needs like oxygen and water. However, chronic loneliness and isolation can significantly shorten your lifespan. People who live in extensive isolation are higher risk of premature death due to the combined effects of mental and physical health deterioration. Positive social interactions and feelings of love trigger the release of oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone. Oxytocin reduces stress hormones like cortisol, promoting feelings of well being and security, which contribute to overall health and longevity. So get your connection on and connect with other humans. If you don't have a human to connect to nature. That works too. Even if it's just a rock, go connect with a rock. You'll live longer. The seventh human need is creative expression. And this is one that most human beings do not think is a need. I'm here to tell you it is. And let me explain why. Engaging in creative activities such as drawing, writing, or playing music can reduce stress levels by promoting relaxation and mindfulness. Creative expression stimulates brain activity and enhances cognitive functions, including problem solving and memory retention. It provides an avenue for expressing emotions and processing experiences, which can alleviate symptoms of anxiety and depression. As far as physical health goes, participating in creative endeavors has been associated with strengthened immune responses, possibly due to reduced stress levels. Art therapy and creative activities can serve as effective tools in pain management, helping patients cope with chronic pain by diverting attention and fostering emotional resilience. Creative groups and activities foster social interaction and stronger bonds among individuals, helping to reduce feelings of isolation and loneliness. Shared creative activities can strengthen community ties and create a sense of belonging and mutual support. Completing a creative project can boost self esteem and promote a sense of achievement, contributing positively to your overall well being. Studies suggest that maintaining hobbies, particularly those involving creative expression, can increase life satisfaction and longevity. Creative engagement can continue to lower risk of cognitive decline and dementia in older adults. Conversely, without an outlet for creative expression, individuals may experience heightened levels of stress and anxiety, which can lead to chronic stress. Now, chronic stress is known to have numerous negative health effects on health, including increased risk of heart disease, digestive problems, and sleep disorders. A lack of creative expression can contribute to feelings of emptiness, reduced self worth, and depression. Now, prolonged depression is associated with higher mortality rates as it often leads to impaired immune function, poor cardiovascular health, and an increased risk of substance abuse. Chronic stress and depression can weaken the immune system, making the body more susceptible to infections and diseases. Individuals with a weakened immune system are less capable of fighting off illnesses, which can lead to a decline in health and increase your mortality. Stress and negative emotions associated with a lack of creative outlet can lead to increased levels of inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is a contributing factor to a wide variety of serious health conditions, such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and most cancers. Without creative outlets, individuals may become isolated and experience loneliness. Social isolation is a significant risk factor for premature death, compared to other major risk factors like smoking and obesity. It can also exacerbate mental health issues, further impacting physical health. Lack of mental stimulation through creative engagement can accelerate cognitive decline and increase the risk of dementia, particularly in the elderly. Cognitive decline severely impacts the quality of life and can lead to earlier mortality. The cumulative effects of increased stress, depression, weakened immune function, social isolation, and cognitive decline contribute to a reduced quality of life. Poor quality of life often correlates with poorer health behaviors, inadequate self care, and increased risk of mortality. All of these factors highlight the significant role that creative expression has in supporting your mental, physical, and social well being. While this one is a little harder to define than the others, by neglecting this need, individuals face a faster decline in health and ultimately a shorter lifespan. So go out there and express yourself. So you'll want to now take a moment to practice this and put it into your daily life. As you're out there shopping at the Walmarts or the Targets, you'll want to take a look at things and really decide, is this a need or is this a want? Do I truly need this in this moment? Or am I lacking a connection to somebody? Am I lacking creative expression? Have I not had enough water today? Have I not slept well? These are all the things you want to ask yourself before you go reaching for that item that you might not necessarily need, but you want. So practice, practice, practice. Repetition is the mother of all mastery. Well, we've come to the end of the show here, and I hope that this helped clear up the difference between needs and wants for you. And I hope it really sparks a new mindset in you to really think about what it is you need versus what it is you want. Because I promise you, like, if you focus on everything you need, you'll never want anything again. And if you would like more information on this, hit the subscribe button and follow me. You can also find me at www.normalizedchanneling.com. Happy healing.